Hello everybody, my name is The Manor Reviews, and today we will be reviewing LS Studio Breakout Kings A, aka Moro. This is my most anticipated figure of the year, so let's get right into it, and let's first look at the packaging, because it's some unique packaging. It's an entire jet black package, only the front having words, but the interesting about this package is there's like this magnet strip that is magnetically stuck here. You lift this and you get this message. Will you hold on to me? I am feeling frail. Will you hold on to me? We will never fail. I want it to be so perfect. You see, I want it to be so perfect. I have no idea what they're talking about, but the main thing is, if we just lift this up, there he is. There's the goat himself, literally the goat. Well, let's get him out of the packaging and let's get this review started. Here we have Moro outside of the packaging, and I gotta say, I've been playing with this figure. He's really freaking awesome. He's really, really good. But first, let's look at the sculpt in detail. This figure's a pretty tall figure. Taller than your regular Dragon Ball Stitch figure arts, and that's for a reason. Moro in the manga is a taller figure, so that's a really good thing about him. First, let's start with the face. If you notice here in the face, you can see the detail is really, really good. Honestly, the sculpt are really, really nice. Everything about the face is really impressive. I think really interesting. The horns have this nice detail on them, which you could see it makes him look more his back of the head is smooth as hell, which, you know, is whatever. But this actual like detail on the figure is really, really interesting, really good. And the crystal here, the gem on his head, is actually like a see-through kind of like gem. Like it's actual, like you could, if you shine a light, you're gonna see that you could see like through it a bit. So it's like kind of like a weird gem, like I don't know what exactly they use for that, but it makes it look really, really nice, especially under light and stuff. Then we have the body here. You can see there's more detail. You can see some lines there. They're not really painted in too well, but makes him look more, you know, like he's been through stuff. His fur, you can see there, it's all sculpted really nicely. This is one firm piece, so it doesn't move at all, but it's fine. It doesn't really get in the way, actually. Then we have, you can see here, his skin is just, you know, this blue. There's nothing really, any more other details there other than you can see the lines for the muscles. Nothing really much there. Coming down to the hands, you can see his little armbands right here. You can see the paint on the fingers. And I won't lie, you could definitely see like some paint or some like manufacturing issues. Like for example, here right under the armpit. I don't know if you could see that, but it's definitely some manufacturer issues, some printing errors and stuff like that. You could 100% see in the figure, but it's a third-party figure. Like, what do you expect? You have the belt. It's like the belt is a loose piece, so it doesn't really stick anywhere, and you can move just fine. Coming onto the legs, you see the purple pants. Also, not too much detail. Just, you know, the lines for the clothes. Then we come through his fur legs, get well, and then to his shoes. You can see here, looking pretty good, looking pretty good. I really like it. I don't know the official colors for Moro. I'm pretty sure this is accurate. But the only thing is I remember his gem being red. If I'm mistaken, just tell me. It might have been purple. Maybe it was a fan color. But other than that, like, yeah, these look really good. Now for the articulation. This figure articulation is pretty average, I would say. Nothing too crazy, when it especially comes to the body. So for the head, it's nothing that crazy. He can move, he can look up about that far, not too far. And he can look down about, he can actually look down pretty well. Look at that. Look down really, really well. Let me put the camera up a bit, all right? Then we have down the neck. The neck is another separate piece. It can move kind of, you know, you can rotate the head all the way. The neck, I do realize that, you see the neck can come out a bit, and whenever I've been replacing heads, the neck sometimes pops out, but nothing if you just press it down in there. Oh, there goes the face. But yeah, the neck is kind of like, you know, you could see more deep into the figure. Here's that, like that whole neck joint. Look at that. You could see that. And when it comes to the actual ab crunch of the body, you could see here, you could just swivel, you could rotate it. I don't know, I've never been able, oh, there goes the body. The actual body doesn't have a good ab crunch. If you notice here, these are the joints for it. This ball joint is very, very small, as you can see. Very, very small. It's not long. And then this part can only move up, forward and back a bit. You can see here. But it's not really that good. So his ab crunch, like, he has basically no ab crunch, what I'm trying to say. He could look up a little. He could move his abs a bit. But other than that, he has nothing there. Then there's some swivel right here. You could also move this one a bit, but not that much. That's the only disappointing part about this figure. There's like no ab crunch, which I really would have appreciated for some poses, but it's fine. Coming down to his arms, you can see here as this part is a loose piece that's there, connected to the joint, to the ball joint of the arm, with the butterfly joint as well. So yeah, it's nice articulation. Can go up about that far and down. Already know. Then there's a swivel here at the elbow. Bend at the elbow right here. Double jointed. You can see there. And then a wrist joint, regular smebular wrist joint. Nothing crazy in the arms, honestly. The arms are pretty fine, and they could move up about that far. So you could do some nice arm poses with his arms, honestly. Then coming down to the legs, you could split about that far, I would say. And then you can go up about this far, back. You can go all the way back, honestly, right here. This part's a little bit loose, but not too like soft plastic. It's like a soft but kind of hard plastic. Swivel at the legs. And then we have that double jointed knee, which I really like. The legs are pretty fine in my opinion. None of this part moves. It's one solid piece with the figure, and then the boots itself. These move. There's a nice pivot at the leg, as you could see. Pretty good articulation, I would say. And then you can move up, and there's of course the toe hinge. Articulation, overall, nothing too crazy. Pretty average, I would say, for the figure. Let's get into the accessories, where I think this figure really, really shines. All right, here we have all the accessories. As you can see, it is a really good amount of accessories. But first, let's get into the faces. So he comes with these 4 faces that you could attach to the head he comes with. You have, of course, a neutral face. Then we have the smiley face, looking really good. I really like this smirk face. You have the grinting teeth, kind of angry face. And the like hurts, being damaged, being punched face, which is cool. With those faces, he also comes with 2 extra heads, not including the one he already comes with, because he already comes with one. So he comes with 2 other heads with faces already attached. So we have this one with the screaming face attached, really nice, and we have this one with a very nice surprised look on his face, which I really, really like. Now the differences between these heads and the regular one are, for this one it's pretty noticeable, for this one it's literally very subtle. So the difference between these 2 faces, if you look, the eyebrows here are a little bit, slightly bit more slanted to give him more of an angry look compared to these. It's literally just a very slight difference. You could barely tell, right? That's the only difference. Everything else is, the detail on everything is the exact same. It's literally just, you know, that those eyebrows are a little bit more slanted. And then for this face, obviously, his horn is damaged. You can see it's cut off there. And another thing you can notice, hopefully if it zooms in, let me zoom in actually so you can notice a bit. If you notice the gem, it's like damaged, it's like broken a bit. So that's something you probably could notice. Yeah, you could see it there. The gem is damaged a bit. So those are the main differences with this head And something, if you're curious, you could use the other heads on these other faces, but they're not really made for them. As you can see, since the eyebrows are raised, his face looks a little weird since they're not completely covering everything. But you are able to use the other faceplates on both of the different heads if you really want to. It's just that they're not really made for those, so they're gonna look a little goofy. But if you don't mind how goofy they look, then yeah, you could use them. Yeah, you can see how the raised eyebrows here make him look like he's tired. But those are the faces. Now we can get into the hands. Here we have some regular kind of grabby open palm hands. Now, okay, now this is another thing I really don't like about the figure, other than the ab crunch. For the hands that are open, there's supposed to be a gem here, which they did sculpt, right? Because, you know, this version of Moro has the gems and stuff. And the thing they did is they didn't really paint it. Like, sure, I don't really care that they're not using like the same like glossy crystal gem look that the head has, but at least paint it, right? At least paint it like the same color, because this looks, you know, lazy. And I know it's a third party, but it's actually like something that kind of really bothers me, I won't lie. So those hands for the open palm hands. Yep, of course, same thing, they're not painted. Key blast hands, I really wish they were painted. Like, honestly, I'm probably gonna do them myself, because that's how bothered I am. Then we have these kind of like gun pointy hands. For these, they didn't even bother putting a gem on them. If you can see, they didn't even bother putting a gem there. Sculpting one, but it's fine. You're not really gonna use that. And those are the pairs of hands. Now these ones are one of a kind. This one is, of course, an open palm with a hole where you're gonna be able to fit these pieces right here to go here for the key blast and all that. So there's a little hole for that one. And of course, the iconic sensu bean hand, where Goku gives Moro a sensu bean. A very controversial part of the manga, but it's like, you know, it's a show. I don't mind. He also comes with a ripped arm piece, which is really cool. I actually really like it. There's some like detail of like flesh or whatever he is. I don't even know what that detail is, but you can see there it is. It's articulated, fully articulated, which is really nice and stuff. Maybe you could even replicate the iconic scene where he regenerates his arm through Goku's chest, which is a very iconic scene. Now coming to the key effects, of course, first is this barrier key effect. This is when Moro creates a barrier, a bubble around the entire battlefield, not letting anyone leave or get in the battlefield. Very important scene. Then we have a key ball effect, where, you know, just a regular key ball. Really interesting. For both of these effect pieces, they come with these crystal pieces. I meant these clear pieces. These, of course, go into the hand I showed you over here. And there's a little joint, a little ball joint here, where you can just clip it, kind of fit it in there, and it's gonna be able to articulate very nicely. Then there's just this piece. This piece, when I first saw it, I didn't really know what it was, but I'm pretty sure this is like an air blast effect, where, you know, he's just like, oh, using the power in his palm, is able to blast air, right? So I think that's what this is supposed to be. And another thing is this effect piece. I'm pretty sure this is a pre-order bonus. So if you pre-order the figure, you get this. I'm pretty sure. I might be mistaken, but this is Miras. This is supposed to be him punching the crystal off his head. Boom. You can replicate that iconic scene. Just a little little cutout of Miras doing that, which is really nice. And then it comes with an effects part stand, an effects stand. You know, it comes with these two parts, which is really nice. It comes with two of them, and it also comes with, of course, the claw. And it's really like hard and sturdy, so it does lift the figure very nicely. Those are all the accessories that it comes with. Now let's get into the size comparisons. Here we have him with some other figures. Of course, here we have him with Mastered Ultra Instinct Goku, the first release. SH Figure Arts, of course. As you can see, he scales really well. He's a lot taller than him, which is accurate to the anime. Then we have Marvel Legends Doctor Doom from the Cabal 3-pack. Another really good figure. He's about the same size, honestly. Moro might be slightly taller, but that's because of the hood and everything. Then we have the amazing Yamaguchi Saitama, one of my favorite figures of the year. It was such a good figure. And then as you can see, he looks pretty well with him. And of course, a Storm Collectibles Yujiro Hanma. This is a bootleg. This is not the original. But as you can see, Yujiro towers over Moro. But that's kind of, that's fair. Storm Collectibles do run kind of big. But it does scale well with your 1/12 figures, as you can see. Now for my overall thoughts of this figure. I honestly really, really love this figure. It has a lot going for it. The sculpt is really, really good. I feel like it's really, really good. One thing that I did saw some people complaining about before this guy released is how Moro in the manga, his torso is a lot longer in the manga, right? It's a lot more longer. He's a lot more kind of leaner, and it comes in the torso area, which, if they tried to like mimic that, I think it would have been a little bit more difficult for them to do. So I don't really mind. It doesn't have that. Another thing is this figure is obviously not the original form of Moro. This is his second final form when he absorbs 7-3 and becomes this, form with the copy abilities, with the gems and stuff like that, which in my opinion is still a good look. But I won't lie, his original GOAT look is a lot more interesting, I would say, right? But I don't mind that they decided to do this. Of course, I really wanted the Angel Moro figure to also come out. But for some reason, my theory is they can't get the white for the fur correct and stuff like that. But for some reason, they haven't released Angel version of this version, which I really wanted. And the accessories for that one also look really, really good. But it's fine. But overall, I'll probably give this guy a 7 out of 10. Even though I said I love a lot about this figure, I'm not gonna lie, the ab crunch is really, really disappointing to me. I really wish this guy had an ab crunch. When I was trying to pose him and take pictures of him, that ab crunch not being able to go more down really bothered me. It really, really made it a little bit more harder to pose them down. And of course, it's a minor thing, but not coloring these in really, really bothered me. It really did. I don't know why. Maybe because I was so impressed by how they did the actual gem on his head that just seeing this really just, really bummed me out. And of course, it's a third-party company, so I shouldn't expect the most from them. You shouldn't also expect the most from them. But it still does kind of bother me. This is a pricey figure. I got him for, I think, $69 maybe. Oh, $70, probably with tax and everything. So, it's fine. I still think this figure is amazing. I still think it's worth getting if you really enjoy Moro. Moro is my favorite villain in the Dragon Ball Super manga. So I really, really enjoyed having him. And I can't wait to, pose this figure with my other figures, do 100 days, 100 poses video with this guy. And, he's still a great figure. And I do highly recommend picking him up. I just saw, look at this paint. I just noticed this paint mark on his chest. It's fine though. Third party, what do you expect? So 7 out of 10. I still think this figure is amazing. I still really enjoy this figure. So, if you want to pick it up, go ahead. I don't really see a lot of reviews of this figure on YouTube yet. Hope this will be one of the first ones you see. And, hopefully you got to see more of this figure. Check out my Instagram and my TikTok. I think I'm going to start posting photos on my TikTok because I usually post photos on my Instagram, but there's not really a lot of views there. I get more views on my TikTok, so I think I'm gonna start posting pictures on both Instagram and TikTok if you want to see. Both of them are Demand That Reviews, so go check me out. The link is in the description as well. And keep supporting me. These videos are very random. I just get the motivation all of a sudden and I create a video. And same thing with my posts. I just get the motivation randomly and I make a post. But if I see more growth it definitely is going to motivate me more to keep creating videos. And I have a Gogeta video for the Kami 1 Gogeta that I haven't posted. I said in the last video I was going to post it. And I literally have it done. I just haven't posted it because, I don't know, I'm lazy and I forgot, I guess. But I'm probably going to post this one maybe a few days after this one's posted. But we'll see. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Keep up with the engagement. I really hope this video really helped you make your decisions for this figure. And, have a blessed day. God bless.